Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We review anything and everything. And today we are getting into another Lego Ninjago Dragon Rising set 71805. This is Jay's Mech Battle Pack. This seems very akin to the Zane's Battle Suit Mech, because they're both kind of small in that same scale, and both of them will run you just under $10. And what's interesting is both of them come with a good amount of stuff. This one comes with 4 figures. That other set came with 3 figures, but did it come with anything additional more than this? I would probably say that I don't know if it had, I can't remember now off the top of my head. I think it did have 90 something pieces, so it was a little bit more, like 90 something pieces, but roughly they're within that same size range. So this is a smaller mech size. It's not like as big as some of the bigger mechs. So this is a great starter pack to get your kids into or anything of that sort. You can see the figures right here. You've got Master Lloyd, you got Jay, you got Wolf Mask Claw Warrior, Wolf Mask Guard. And here goes the set right here. So pretty interesting. Now, I'm not gonna unbox this here, but I'm going to have my son unbox it, and he's going to put it together, and then I'm gonna review it after the fact. So he's gonna obviously be handling the build. I won't even say he's assisting with the build. He's gonna do all the build. I'll probably be assisting him. And then I'll get into review after the fact on what his thoughts were on it and what my thoughts are on the set. Stay tuned. All right, you guys, we're back with the finished build. And in this case, my sons did not end up building this one. I ended up building it because while they were working on some of their bigger sets of Ninjago that was previously just reviewed, I was putting this together just to kind of build with them. So this was a very simple, easy build, 78 pieces, as I mentioned. What's interesting though with this is that how I was comparing it to the Zane's Mech, Battle Mech. It's actually smaller than Zane's Battle Mech, which is very interesting. The proportion wise, the legs on the other one is just a lot longer. So I'm just gonna bring that one into frame just to kind of show you. He's definitely taller. It may not seem like it's by that much, but it really is a good amount considering that they're in that same price range. It's almost a minifigure taller. The upper body is built more sturdy. Excuse me, sorry, hiccups. The upper body is built more sturdy on the Zane Mech. The legs are built more sturdy on the Zane Mech, but this kind of goes hand in hand with where I mentioned before about how this one comes with 4 figures and Zane's came with 3 figures. So that's kind of where you get that difference in terms of equal value. Now, one thing I wanted to also show on here really quickly, I'm going to go over that. I guess in this case, I'm going to go over the mech first. I'll go over the figures after the fact. But I put there, those are not supposed to be there. They're supposed to lay flat. But I just put those there as a place to hold his like water shots because they were going to get lost. My son shot like 2 of them off someplace, not realizing that was his first time encountering stud shooters. And they were completely gone after that. So at that point, I just wanted to put them in a place where I knew I wouldn't lose them, but they wouldn't just be sitting inside the box. He is very cool that he has like one arm is a cannon arm with dual stud shooters. I think that's actually really awesome. He has a very huge staff. This piece on the back is actually nice as well. And it's a lot more simpler of a build, but it still gets the point across and does what it needs to do. Because Jay doesn't have like any place to hold his swords on him like some of the figures might have. He holds it on the mech, which is fine. And as far as when you're sitting him down in there, let me just review the figure real quick. Take a look at the figure real quick. He's got the mask, so it's that kind of newer design. Like I mentioned, a couple of my other reviews with Cole and with a different version of Lloyd from Lloyd's Green Dragon. So he's got that same kind of setup with the armor and his symbol for his element. And the 2 type of faces, the dual molded mask, which is cool. And then as far as sitting him in here, he actually sits in better than Zane does because there's just more space in his thing because of the way it's the same general frame, but this piece here that has nothing blocking it. So he's able to sit back in it really easy. So I think that's really cool. And like I said, the armament on this set is really cool as far as just like, you know, he holds his 2 swords, the firepower, the big staff on it. So that's really cool. And let's get him to stand up there. And move this out the way just so it doesn't focus on that. Now we've seen this guy already. He's pretty much the same type. The only difference is, yeah, he's the Wolf Mask Claw Warrior. So they just add the claw into the name because he comes with the claws. But other than that, he's still the same basic character that he was in the previous ones that I reviewed. So he's no different there. This one right here is, refresh on the name, Wolf Mask Guard. So this one has a hood and he's got the crossbow. But what's interesting is one point that I kept saying in the previous reviews of a lot of these figures was that unless you have something that covers the back of the head and not the front, like how those masks are, you wouldn't be able to see the difference with the different face setup they have. So here he's got that face setup, and then he's got this one. Now all of them come with that, but this is the only one where you can actually see that change or those details in the face, because otherwise if you take the mask off, he's got 2 faces on that one with the wolf mask, where this one, that's not the case. And then here you have Lloyd, which is actually a pretty cool figure. He's got a smirk type of face there, and here he has more of like a angry grin going on or something like that. It's interesting because so far not that I have a big collection of these, but most of them don't really come with the hair for the ninjas. There's always like a mask. So this is interesting, a different kind of setup. So I don't know if there was something special he was doing at the time of this, because it definitely looks very unique. He's got that symbol of the dragon on the back there too. And so I'm not really too sure what part this is later in the series, but the fact that a lot of them I think these are all newer ones where they have that kind of mask that I said Jay has, I think it's later on inside the series. So, and this sword he actually had this sword in the first season. So you could tell because it had that same shape and then it had this same little piece at the end. So I thought that was actually cool noticing that in the show. So a nice little set. Link's gonna be in the description down below for this one for you to purchase on Amazon. It runs for just about somewhere between $8 and $10, depending on, if it's on sale or not at the time. And I actually think it's definitely a set that's worth it, because for what you get for that price range, it's really kind of awesome. You really don't have too many $10 or below sets that give you this much stuff, at least that I've seen. So definitely worth the purchase. As always, you guys, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.